Hi everybody, my name is Karen and I'm the counselor here at Plexus. Welcome to the workshop on NCSA Sports Scholarships. Now, if you play a sport and you were interested in playing a sport in college, in this workshop I will guide you through different things that you can do in order to receive a sports scholarship. And with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Let's start off with what is the NCSA. NCSA stands for Next College Student Athlete. It is the world's largest and most successful college athletic recruiting network. With a network of 35,000 college coaches and 750 employees, NCSA assists student athletes in 34 sports to find their best path to college. Now, this definition was taken from the NCSA website. Of course, this is the organization that uses sports scholarships in order to recruit students. Let's start off with what you should do to get started to receive a sports scholarship. Now, first, you have to create a free NCSA profile at ncsasports.org. First, students can begin their profile as early as 13 years old. Of course, at this age, you're probably already thinking of playing a sport in college, so starting a profile at 13 years old is definitely a good idea. Next, a profile can be compared to an online athletic resume. Now, you may be already familiar with what a resume is, but for those who don't, a resume is a paper document that details your experiences and your skills. Next, all students should let their parents know. Because you are a minor, you should let your parents know when you are making an NCSA sports profile. Second, get an objective recruiting assessment. This assessment helps college coaches to see how you compare to other recruits, so you should definitely take this assessment if you want to stand out. B, it helps you in identifying your best college opportunities. Now, with this assessment, you may already have some colleges in mind, but this assessment may also determine the best colleges for you. And C, it identifies the areas of improvement. Maybe you are not so skilled in one of these and the assessment will determine that for you. So maybe you want to get more skilled at this so you can add that to your profile in the future. And third, it helps you to start getting noticed by college coaches. So make sure your profile is complete once you do log into your profile, and once you make it, coaches can follow your profile and watch your progress. As I mentioned, there are thousands of college coaches on this website, and they can see your profile and watch your progress if you look like a candidate that they are interested in. And C, continue to update your profile as necessary, because for those of you that are starting your profile at 13 years old, you have a long way until your college career comes and until you can get recruited for a sports scholarship. So you want to continue to update your profile as deemed necessary. Now let's talk about NCAA Divisions. Now, some of you may already know what divisions you want to play for. Some of you may don't, and maybe some of you don't even know what divisions are, but I am here to go ahead and let you all know what these divisions stand for. Let's start off with Division 1. This is the highest level of competition. Division 2 is the intermediate level of competition, and Division 3 is the lowest level of competition. Now, as you can see, there is an asterisk next to Division 1 and Division 2. This is because athletic scholarships are only offered at the NCAA D1 and D2 level. So if you are interested in playing for Division 3, you will not receive an athletic scholarship. Now let's move on and talk about athletic scholarships. Athletic scholarships are typically one-year agreements between the college and the athlete. Some may be multi-year. Now, as you can see, I mentioned they are one-year agreements, so you might only receive a scholarship during your freshman year. But of course, there are opportunities for you to keep receiving scholarships on the next years you are a college student. Now, I did provide a graph for you here on the slide. Feel free to pause the video and go at your own pace if you would like to look at this graph more in detail. But just to give you all some information about the graph, this basically says the number of scholarships that are offered to students who want to play on the NCAA Division 1, Division 2, and Division 3. Now, here are the types of scholarships. There are full rides for head count sports. Now, head count sports include, for men is Division 1 basketball and football, and for women is Division 1 basketball, tennis, volleyball, and gymnastics. There are partial scholarships for equivalency sports. The coach divides scholarship money among the athletes, so that is the coach probably has an amount of money that the university has given them to offer to their student athletes that they want to recruit, and they will divide this money among those student athletes. Partial scholarships are offered to these sports. For men, it is Division I, baseball, rifle, skiing, cross country, track and field, soccer, fencing, swimming, golf, tennis, gymnastics, volleyball, ice hockey, water polo, lacrosse, and wrestling. And for women is Division I, bowling, lacrosse, rowing, cross country, track and field, skiing, fencing, soccer, field hockey, softball, golf, swimming, ice hockey, and water polo. So as you can see, there are way more sports for partial scholarships than full ride scholarships. First, only 1% of student athletes receive a full ride scholarship. So full ride scholarships are less common than partial scholarships. Next, Ivy League schools do not offer athletic scholarships. Not receiving a scholarship does not mean you can't try out for the team. Now, there is a lot of misconception saying that you can only play for a college team only if you get a scholarship to play for the team and a scholarship for that school, but that is actually not true. You can actually try for the team without getting a scholarship. You must meet the NCAA eligibility requirements. Now, these eligibility requirements usually have to do with GPA depending on the division you're interested in, and they also have to do with the classes you need to take in order to be eligible to receive an athletic scholarship. And finally, you should look into other scholarship opportunities as well. Just because you didn't receive an athletic scholarship or just because you're not on the run for a scholarship does not mean you shouldn't apply to other scholarships from all over the internet as well. Now let's move on to how does the recruiting process work. You should begin the recruiting process before your junior year. Your sophomore year is a great year to start. You can also start the summer before your junior year. Gather a list of schools that you're interested in. Maybe during this time you already have a list of schools that you're interested in attending for. You also have to look at the major and the type of school, etc. So you should gather a list of schools that you're interested in attending. Begin communication with coaches. Before your junior year, you should gather the emails of the coaches from the sport you are interested in playing in college so you can send them maybe your information, your experience in the sport, etc. Respond to coaches. If the coaches email you back with a response saying maybe of like how they would like to recruit you or maybe of something they will look into you in the future, you should definitely always respond to the coaches so they can keep you in mind. Update your profile as necessary. As I mentioned in the beginning of the slide, you do have to make a profile with NCSA, so update that as necessary as college coaches do constantly check that out. Next, attend summer camps and combines. These events probably have some college coaches that are interested in recruiting more students for their sport. And finally, familiarize yourself with the academic eligibility requirements. Of course, there are eligibility requirements for the NCAA depending on the division you're interested in, so you should check out their eligibility requirements based on the classes you have to take in order to be eligible. Alright, we have reached the end of this workshop. Thank you everybody for sticking around. Before I leave, I would like to let you all know to please download our Plexus app on the App Store or Google Play. If you download our app, you'll be able to receive instant notifications. We would also very much appreciate it if you leave us a rating and a review on the App Store or Google Play as well. We very much appreciate all the feedback you all can give us. Next, chat with my counselor if you have any questions regarding this video, or if you'd like to reach out about your journey to higher education. We're always happy to help in answering all of those questions as well. And finally, check out our Plexus YouTube page for more college readiness workshops. Our Plexus YouTube page is called Plexus Social Media. Thank you everybody again, and I will see you all in the next workshop. Bye!